The lion skin returns. Heracles freed. Heracles, the mightiest of heroes, had endured a long and humiliating ordeal. His strength and valor, once the stuff of legends, seemed to have been buried under the weight of his suffering. For a year he served as a slave to Omphale, queen of Lydia. This was no ordinary servitude. It was a period marked by indignity and shame. He spun wool, wore women's clothes, and endured the mockery of the Lydian court. The once proud hero was reduced to a figure of ridicule, his mighty hands forced to perform tasks unworthy of his strength. All this a consequence of his madness, inflicted by Hera, queen of the gods. Hera's wrath was relentless, and Heracles found himself ensnared in a web of divine retribution. But the spirit of Heracles could not be broken. Despite the humiliation, a fire still burned within him, a fire that no amount of mockery could extinguish. His time of servitude finally over, he cast aside the silks and spindle. The garments of his shame were discarded, and with them the memories of his subjugation. He reclaimed his club and the impenetrable Nemean lion skin, symbols of his strength and past glories. These were not just tools of war, they were emblems of his identity, reminders of the hero he truly was. The fire of adventure, never truly extinguished, rekindled in his heart. The horizon beckoned, and with it the promise of new challenges and conquests. Heracles yearned for redemption, for a chance to wash away the shame of his servitude. He sought to prove, not just to the world but to himself, that he was still the hero of old. Whispers of injustice reached him, a tale of betrayal by King Laomedon of Troy. The king's deceit had caused suffering, and Heracles saw an opportunity to right a wrong. The king's treachery became the spark that reignited Heracles' heroic spirit. His resolve hardened, and his purpose became clear. He would have his vengeance. The wrongs done to him and others would not go unpunished. He would remind the world that Heracles, son of Zeus, was no man's plaything. His defiance was a testament to his unyielding spirit. The earth would tremble once more beneath the weight of his righteous fury. His enemies would learn that the hero's strength was undiminished. The time for weaving was over. The tools of his humiliation lay abandoned, symbols of a past he was determined to leave behind. The time for war had come. Heracles, reborn and resolute, stood ready to reclaim his place among the legends of old. Betrayals sting Laomedon's treachery. In the annals of Greek mythology, few tales are as rife with deceit and divine retribution as the story of King Laomedon of Troy. King Laomedon, cunning and ambitious, desired magnificent walls to protect his burgeoning city of Troy. His vision was grand, and his ambition knew no bounds. He sought to make Troy an impregnable fortress, a city that would stand the test of time and the wrath of enemies. To achieve this, he struck a deal with the gods, promising them a magnificent sacrifice in return for their aid. The gods, intrigued by his offer and perhaps a bit flattered by his audacity, decided to entertain his request. Poseidon, god of the sea, and Apollo, god of light and music, agreed to assist him. These powerful deities, with their immense strength and divine abilities, set to work on the walls of Troy. They toiled tirelessly, erecting towering fortifications that would make Troy impenetrable. The walls rose higher and higher, a testament to the gods' craftsmanship and Laomedon's ambitious vision. The city began to take on an aura of invincibility, its walls gleaming under the sun. But Laomedon, true to his deceitful nature, reneged on his promise. Despite the gods' hard work and the fulfillment of their end of the bargain, he refused to honor his commitment. His treachery knew no bounds, and he believed he could outwit even the gods. He refused to honor his end of the bargain, enraging the gods. Poseidon in particular was furious. The sea god's wrath was legendary, and Laomedon's betrayal was a direct affront to his divine pride. Poseidon, his wrath echoing through the seas, unleashed a monstrous sea serpent upon Troy's shores. The creature, a manifestation of Poseidon's anger, wreaked havoc on the city, its presence a constant reminder of the king's broken promise. Laomedon, desperate to save his city, turned to an oracle for guidance. The oracle, known for their cryptic yet profound insights, delivered a chilling decree. The oracle's decree was chilling: sacrifice his own daughter, Hesione, to appease the sea god's fury. The thought of sacrificing his beloved daughter was unbearable, yet the safety of Troy hung in the balance. Laomedon, torn between his daughter's life and the safety of his city, devised another deception. He was a man driven by desperation and cunning, willing to go to any lengths to save his city without losing his daughter. He announced that Hesione would be sacrificed, but secretly plotted to avoid this fate. His plan was to deceive the gods once more, hoping to find a way out of the dire situation without fulfilling the oracle's grim prophecy. It was at this moment of crisis that Heracles, fresh from his servitude, arrived in Troy. The hero, known for his strength and valor, was a beacon of hope in the city's darkest hour. Laomedon, seeing an opportunity, promised Heracles the magnificent horses gifted to him by Zeus as a reward for slaying the sea monster. These horses were no ordinary steeds, they were divine gifts, symbols of Zeus's favor and power. Heracles, enticed by the offer and eager to prove his worth, readily agreed. The hero's determination was palpable, his resolve unshakable. He prepared for the battle ahead, ready to face the monstrous sea serpent and save Troy from its impending doom. Heroes assembled. A call to arms. In the annals of history, there are moments that define the courage and unity of heroes. This is one such moment. News of Laomedon's treachery and the plight of Hesione reached Heracles. The message was dire, detailing the betrayal and the suffering of an innocent princess. He knew he could not face this challenge alone. The weight of the task ahead was immense, and he needed the strength and valor of his fellow heroes. Heracles issued a call to arms, summoning the greatest heroes of Greece to his side. His voice echoed through the valleys and across the seas, a clarion call for justice and retribution. He sought out Telamon, the courageous Salaminian prince, known for his unwavering loyalty and strategic mind. Telamon, with his indomitable spirit, was the first to answer the call. He rallied Iolaus, his faithful nephew and charioteer, always eager to stand by his side in battle. Iolaus, with his youthful vigor and unyielding dedication, was a beacon of hope. Across the Aegean, the call resonated with other legendary figures. The message of unity and strength spread like wildfire, igniting the hearts of many. Theseus, the slayer of the Minotaur, heeded the summons, eager to test his skills against a new foe. His reputation as a formidable warrior preceded him, and his presence was a significant boost to the cause. Peleus, father of the yet-to-be-born Achilles, joined the ranks, drawn by the promise of glory and the chance to fight alongside Heracles. His legacy was already being forged, and this battle would be another chapter in his storied life. Together, these mighty heroes and their loyal followers assembled, a force to be reckoned with, ready to sail for Troy and deliver justice upon the deceitful king. The ships were prepared, the warriors were armed, and the spirit of camaraderie was palpable. This was not just a mission, it was a testament to the enduring power of heroism and the unbreakable bonds of brotherhood. As they set sail, the horizon held the promise of a new dawn, one where justice would prevail and the legends of these heroes would be etched into eternity. Aegean Odyssey, setting sail for Troy. With a fleet of warships assembled, their prows adorned with fierce figures of gods and monsters, Heracles and his companions set sail. They braved the treacherous currents and unpredictable winds of the Aegean Sea, their hearts set on reaching the shores of Troy. The voyage was fraught with challenges. Sudden squalls threatened to dash their ships against jagged rocks. The ominous shadow of Mount Athos loomed, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurked beneath the waves. Yet the spirit of the heroes remained unbroken. Heracles, his eyes fixed on the horizon, inspired his companions with tales of his past triumphs. He spoke of his victory over the Nemean lion, the Hydra, and the Erymanthian boar. He reminded them that they were the greatest heroes of their age, destined for greatness. They would vanquish their enemies, claim their rightful rewards, and return home victorious. Trojan onslaught, walls and waves. The Greek fleet finally reached the shores of Troy, their ships casting long shadows upon the golden sand. As Heracles prepared to lead his forces towards the imposing walls of Troy, a sudden and unexpected attack caught them off guard. Laomedon, cunning and ruthless, had anticipated their arrival. He unleashed his Trojan warriors upon the Greeks, hoping to catch them unprepared and demoralized from their journey. The Trojans, skilled horsemen and fierce fighters, charged with unrelenting fury. The air filled with the clang of bronze against bronze, the cries of the wounded, and the roar of battle cries. Heracles, caught in the initial onslaught, found himself separated from his main force. But the hero, unfazed by the Trojan assault, rallied his companions. He fought with the strength of a raging lion, his club crushing bones and scattering his enemies.